In this lick, I want to break down two concepts. They're both arpeggio-based concepts, but the first one is a way how Guthrie plays a three-note arpeggio on the middle set of strings, the D, G, and B string, to move from this position of the neck to this position. Now, it's going down, but it can as easily be used to go up. You can use it on any set of strings. It doesn't just have to be the D, G, and B string, but this is where the concept's coming from. So it starts out like this. Right? Now, if you noticed in there, he got from here to here, the 19th fret to the 9th fret, pretty quickly and musically. And it wasn't just running down scales, and it wasn't what a lot of people do, where if you're just playing in this position and you say you're playing like A minor or something like that. Like that's skipping 3 large leaps to get from here to here. Guthrie hardly ever does that. He always kind of seamlessly weaves in and out of positions. The device he uses here is this little arpeggio thing, which is a 3-note thing on the D, G, and B string. The first one's a G sharp minor arpeggio. The second one is an E major arpeggio. And then that gets him down here to this E major pentatonic scale. Right? So the other thing he does, he ends up revisiting this after he gets down to right there. He threw in that arpeggio just for a brief second. And that's just a C sharp minor arpeggio, the same as the G sharp minor shape. Right? And it gets him down the fretboard pretty quickly. Now, what you can do to start exploring with this is, if you know that, say, again, we'll stick in A minor pentatonic. If you know that C major is the same as A minor, just at different starting notes, right? They share the same notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There are no sharps or flats. So if you take your C major chord progression, like your harmonized scale, you know the first chord is a C major, the second one is a D minor, next one is E minor. If you keep going, you got F major and G major. And we'll just stop there. So you have those triads, and if you take the G major, and then the F major, and the E minor, D minor, and your C major, and you can go back, now you're in your A minor pentatonic position. Right? Now, the thing is, you don't want to run down sequentially. Like Guthrie didn't just do 7 of those in a row. He did 2 of them, and he actually skipped from this one. Instead of going to the next one, he skipped that and went to another one. And then he did a bunch of riffing, then he went to this one. So try and weave them in and out like that if you can. But for example, say you want to take this D minor one. Say you're in your A minor position here. Right? Then you want to go down to your C major and get to your A minor. So you have right? It's just using that little tiny concept to get you further up and down the fretboard. Now, the second concept I want to quickly touch on is when he gets to that one point in between those arpeggios, he starts riffing in E major pentatonic or C sharp minor. Right there is a really cool thing that he does. What he's doing there, he's playing over a diminished chord and an E flat diminished. And he's approaching each note by a half step. Right? And it ends up going into a diminished scale. But there's one note that's kind of outside of that. But that's another cool technique. Approach arpeggios or scale tones by a note. There's a million different theories of this, but this one is using a half step below. So you have, he's actually starting on the chord tone, hitting it twice, pulling a half step down, and going back to it. So do that, say, and we'll stick an A minor. We'll do an A minor arpeggio. We'll even do an A minor 7 arpeggio. Right? And approach it, play the note, go a half step below, and then go back to the note. Now, you wouldn't want to run the whole arpeggio like that. You may, but again, Guthrie just does it real cool. He does it twice, and it turns into a diminished scale, which kind of makes it look like a third time. Right? So if you break it up in small little segments, use it with major arpeggios, use it with scale tones, just experiment with that little half step below whatever normal note you would usually play.